You're watching Every Days and Saturdays, USCC Veteran. Let's go, baby. And here's your host, Bryan. And what's going on, friends and fam? Thank you guys so much for joining me on another great episode of Coffee Talk with Bryan. Hope you guys enjoyed our three segments of resilience. They were some great stories that I had here on the show, and I really wanted to show you guys a little bit of what resilience looked like. And for some people, they lost, a limb, and they keep on going. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and do what we do here on Coffee Talk and brew us up some coffee. What you guys got in your cup today? I'm drinking that Don Francisco's French vanilla with some hazelnut creamer, and love it. Just love it. And if you guys haven't had the chance, go check out some Cash Coffee. They got some great flavors. They have some nutritional stuff over there. They have some really awesome merch. If you really like some funny, good merch, they have some great merch. And, they're just a great company who supports their veterans and first responders. And they're very much community related, which is why I wanted to become affiliate with them. So I will have the link in the description. If you guys go check it out, that would be awesome. Grab yourself a bag of some coffee and enjoy. All right, today's episode is going to be a little bit hard. This is a big issue that we got going on in our entire country. I think it's something that we don't concentrate or talk about as much. We do get more wrapped up around around the suicide numbers and stuff like that, which that's okay because we do need to stop that as well. But I do think that this next topic does have a little bit of a relation into the suicide rates with the veteran ratio, and that is with homelessness. There's a lot of homelessness, especially here in the state of California. Not just the veteran population, but homelessness in general. And that's due to the rise in cost of everything. I mean, I think the minimum wage here now is around $21 an hour. So obviously that goes back into the consumers. Gas prices, they're mid-range right now, about the $4.50 a gallon. They go up as high into the fives. Grocery prices really high as well, so this thing is really putting a lot more people out on the streets, and it's really hurting our children out there as well, because now both their parents go to work, and sometimes that's not even cutting it and making it enough. We're not just going to go ahead and talk about this. We're going to kind of show you guys some, I went ahead and pulled some numbers, looked at some things. I wanted to show you guys the things that I had found and see how we can maybe, help in terms of what things we can do. Let's go ahead and see what the rates look like. And I also want to share, we do a lot in this country of foreign aid. We send a lot of our tax dollars off to foreign countries to aid them. Kind of chaps me a little bit when you look at the numbers and see how much money we send off, and then we still have such a big problem here at home. I'm all about helping out and saving the world, but everybody's tax dollars here go to support us, and that's what it should be. But no, we're sending a lot of our money off to foreign aid. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up some stats. This is a veteran homeless statistics. I kind of pulled it a little bit from 2023 and 2024. The increase in veteran homeless in 2023, veteran homeless increased by 7.4%, with 35,574 veterans experiencing homelessness on a single night in January 2023. Despite this increase, there has been an overall downward trend in veteran homelessness with a 52% decline in 2010. I always feel like they always want to show you that there's some kind of a decline, even though they're talking from 2023 and they're talking about 20, it's just the numbers they try to throw out there. Sheltered versus unsheltered homelessness, and this is for 2023 again, and I'm saying this for all you guys on the audio side who can't read these things. Of the veterans counted in 2023, 20,067 experienced sheltered homelessness, while 15,507 experienced unsheltered homelessness. Unsheltered veterans often face more significant negative health conditions compared to those who are sheltered. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull that back down for a second. Then we'll come back and talk about 2024. But the homelessness crisis should alarm everybody, really. And some of these numbers are the only numbers they capture. There's a lot of, if you ask me, there's a lot of uncaptured numbers out there. So the numbers that we're seeing, to me, are not 100% accurate. I think that we're just trying to get a little bit of a roundabout number, but I highly doubt that is 100% accurate. So as we're showing these number guys, just know that these numbers are probably not 100% accurate. This is probably more of around an 80% accuracy, if you ask me, because I don't think they're capturing the whole population. There's a population out there that really doesn't even want to be talked to or even admit that they were a veteran and have veteran status. All right, so let's talk about 2024. Veterans housed in fiscal year 2024, the VA housed nearly 48,000 veterans experiencing homelessness, surpassing its goal by over 16%. The reduction in homelessness, the total number of veterans experiencing homelessness in the U.S. has fallen by over 4% since early 2020 and more than 52% since 2010. Unsheltered veterans, 42,064 unsheltered veterans were engaged through outreach efforts in 2024. Permanent housing, 83,715 veterans and their families were permanently housed or prevented from becoming homeless, the most since fiscal year 2019. Employment, over 13,110 new employment instances were produced for veterans who engaged in or exited from VA homeless programs or services. Just so you guys know, some of these informations, and the reason why I don't have the exact information is it's kind of hard to find some of this stuff. You really got to dig, and it's not like they have the exact same type of information in each area, which I find is a little odd. All right, so what are some of the leading factors to veteran homelessness? The mental health issue. Many veterans suffer from mental health conditions such as PTSD, depression, and anxiety, which can hinder their ability to maintain stable housing and employment. Substance abuse. Substance abuse is a significant factor in veteran homelessness. Veterans may turn to drugs or alcohol as a coping mechanism for their traumas experienced during service. Lack of affordable housing. The shortage of affordable housing is a major issue for many veterans. High housing costs and low availability of affordable options can lead to homelessness. Unemployment and underemployment. Transitioning from military service to civilian employment can be challenging. Veterans may struggle to find jobs that match their skills and experience, leading to financial instability. Insufficient support systems. Veterans may lack strong support networks, making it difficult to navigate the challenges of civilian life. This can lead to isolation and increased risk of homelessness. Adverse childhood experiences. Veterans with a history of adverse childhood experiences are a higher risk of homelessness. These experiences can have long lasting effects on mental health and stability. Discharge status. Veterans who were discharged under conditions other than honorable are more likely to experience homelessness. This can limit their access to benefits and support services. Economic instability. Economic instability, including low income and lack of financial resources, can contribute to homelessness among veterans. This is often exuberated by the high cost of living in many areas. All right. That are leading to veteran homelessness. And I think a big part of homelessness too is that support system when you get out, when you separate and going back to a support system. Now, if you left a abusive home and your house that you try to escape from isn't a safe haven for you, that's where a lot of, I think, guys and girls end up trying to go somewhere else, and sometimes they can't find anywhere to land, so that's how they end up on the street. So support system is huge. Just know that if you have someone that's joined or is currently serving, how critical it is to be there for them. You're not going to understand them all the time. They're going to be maybe a little bit different than you remember and have experience, especially if they went off and did things that maybe they don't want to talk about. But it's a big thing. All right, so now let's talk more about some resources. Now, these are effective resources that have been proven to reduce homelessness. Here are some key initiatives. Housing First. The Housing First approach prioritizes providing permanent housing to homeless veterans without preconditions such as sobriety or treatment. Once housed, veterans receive supportive systems to help them maintain stable housing and improve their quality of life. This approach has significantly reduced veteran homelessness since its implementation. Supportive services for veteran families. So the SSVF provides case management and supportive services to prevent the loss of veterans' home or to rapidly rehouse veterans and their families who are homeless. The program offers temporary financial assistance, housing, counseling and other supportive services. The HUD-VASH program. The HUD-VASH program is a collaboration between the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and the VA. It combines HUD housing vouchers with VA supportive services to help veterans find and sustain permanent housing. This program has been instrumental in reducing veteran homelessness. Grant and per diem Grant and per diem program. The GPD program provides grants to community-based organizations that offer transitional housing and supportive services to homeless veterans. The goal is to help veterans achieve residential stability, increase their skill levels and income, and obtain greater self-determination. Homeless Veterans Reintegration Program, which is the HVRP, provides employment focused services to help homeless veterans reintegrate into the workforce. The program offers job training, counseling, and placement service to support veterans in securing and maintaining employment. National Call Center for Homeless Veterans. Veterans who are homeless or at risk of homelessness can contact the National Call Center for Homeless Veterans at 877-4AID VET, VET. That's 1-877-424-3838 for assistance. The call center provides information on available resources and connects veterans with local support services. All right. And I can tell you, I am familiar with HUD-VASH. I was once in a place of living on the streets pretty much myself, um, trying to figure it all out. And they came, it took a while. Now, I will say that the program takes a while to get through. Now, that was a big problem with the HUD-VASH thing. And a lot of it is you have to be homeless. You already have to be homeless before they're willing to help you. And that's the thing that I think I dislike about some of these programs is they want the veteran to be homeless for a period of time before they're willing to help. Other than get them off the streets ASAP, or maybe even not help them not to be on the streets and not get there. Because sometimes they might be falling behind and they're trying to get resources and help, and all the help takes forever to help them. And by the time they get the help, they already lost it. And now they're in the streets and now they're trying to figure it out. And now you're telling them, hey, you need to be homeless for a year before we could help you. My gosh, that doesn't sound right to me. And I will tell you, um, when it comes to things like that, it really bothers me because let's talk about a little bit about some foreign aid. So for 2023, this is going to really bother some of you because it bothers me that we have so much going on in our own country, but we want to go and send off money to other countries to help with their foreign issues. So in the fiscal year 2023, the most recent fiscal year for which data is largely complete, because it was hard to find the 2024. I do got some information, but the U.S. government dispersed 71.9 billion, 71.9 billion in foreign aid, according to foreignassistance.gov. That compares with nearly 74.0 billion spent in the fiscal year of 2022. 71.9 billion. Do you not think that 71.9 billion can benefit our country, the United States of America, especially some of the men and women who have put the uniform on and made a commitment to their country and were willing to go die for their country? It just really bothers me. So that's 2023. 2024 is the information is still kind of hard to get. But what I was able to find, and this came out February 6th of 2025, in fiscal year 2024, such sales totaled $117.9 billion, up from $80.9 billion in fiscal year 2023. So, I mean, the numbers, again, it's hard to get solid data with this kind of stuff. But $117.9 billion and 71.9 billion. And the year before that, 74 billion. Come on. I don't really care what side you vote for, because to me, politics are just a way to make us all divided. These are just facts. This is what's going on in our country today. These are things that we need to fundamentally get fixed. There's no way that we need to be sending off that much foreign aid when we got a lot of our own people, we the people here on our own streets, struggling. And we're making a system that is hard for them to stay in. It feels like every time that people start getting closer to the bar gets raised higher. These are things that we got to get fixed. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some more um, homeless resources. All right. So here's the VA homeless programs. The VA offers various programs to support homeless veterans, including housing solutions, healthcare, and employment services. You can learn more about these programs here. There's the National Call Center for Homeless Veterans, which we talked about earlier. Veterans who are homeless or at risk of homelessness can contact the National Call Center for Homeless Veterans at 877-4AID-VET. That's 1-877-424-3838 for assistance. Supportive Service for Veteran Families, the SSVF. This program provides case management and supportive services to prevent the loss of veteran home or to rapidly rehouse veterans and their families who are homeless. Then again, there's the HUD-VASH program, a collaborative program between HUD and VA that combines housing vouchers with VA supportive services to help veterans find and sustain permanent housing. Here are some of the websites you can go check some of this information at. The news, it's news.va.gov, or there's www.va.gov. Those are places you guys can go check some of these things out. And this is the other unfortunate part. I feel like from state to state, it's different for each veteran. Each veterans have different experiences when it comes from even probably from county to county. That has got to be fixed. That's got to be fixed. It's got to be universal for all of us. If it's good for one of us, it's got to be good for all of us. You guys wanted all us to wear one uniform, go fight together under one, mission. Hey, when we get out, come on now. We can use a little bit of help too. We're not asking for hand-me-outs, guys. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have their feelings or opinions on veterans getting benefits. Hey, to each their own. To each their own. All right. So let's talk a little bit more about what can be done to help. What are things that maybe we can do, you and I? You can volunteer your time, offer your time and skills to organizations that assist homeless veterans. Many nonprofits and community organizations need volunteers for outreach programs, shelters, and events. Donate. You can contribute financially or donate goods such as clothing, hygiene products, and food to organizations that support homeless veterans. Every bit helps in providing essential services. Advocate. Raise awareness about the issue of veteran homelessness and advocate for policies that support veterans. Engage with local, state, and federal representatives to promote legislation that addresses the need of homeless veterans. Hire veterans. If you're an employer, consider hiring veterans and creating veteran-friendly work environments. Providing job opportunities can help veterans achieve financial stability and reduce the risk of homelessness. Support veteran-owned businesses. Patronize businesses owned by veterans. This not only supports their livelihood, but also encourages the growth of veteran entrepreneurship. Mentorship and peer support. Offer mentorship and peer support to veterans transitioning to civilian life. Sharing your knowledge and experience can provide valuable guidance and emotional support. Promote affordable housing. Support initiatives and programs that increase the availability of affordable housing. Advocate for affordable housing policies in your community. Participate in community events. Join community events and fundraisers aimed supporting homeless veterans. Your participation helps raise funds and awareness for the cause. Educate yourself and others. Learn about the challenges veterans face and share this knowledge with others. Educating yourself and your community can foster greater understanding and empathy. By taking these actions, you can make a meaningful difference in the lives of veterans and help address the issue of veteran homelessness. Every effort counts, no matter how small. All right. So, as you guys can see, there's things that we can be doing that really doesn't cost a thing, and it's helping out our community, our brothers and sisters. And that's another thing I think that we got to start getting better at, is holding our state representatives accountable. We got to start pushing them and start getting them to help us out. Even your community leaders, the ones that you can even get in touch with a lot closer. You can go sit in, they sometimes they have like those public forums when you can come in and sit down and speak your mind and weigh in on stuff. No one wants to do those kind of things anymore, right? We want everybody else to do it. Town hall meetings. That's what I was going with. We can do little town hall meetings and things like that. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll kind of send it off. But before we do, let's do a quick commercial break. And this one is going to be Sick Call with Doc. We're going to do two commercials real quick.
Welcome to Sick Call with Doc, a podcast dedicated to eradicating veteran suicide. With 22 veterans lost every day, we believe that's 22 too many. Join us as we bring you inspiring stories, heartfelt conversations, and a community that cares. Because no matter what, you are not alone. We were there for you then, and we're here for you now. Follow, like, and share our mission. Together, we can make a difference. Inspiring hope, saving lives.
American made, veteran owned, we are Doc Goodbeard. It's more than just looking good. When it comes to your beard, we believe you can have it all. Thoughtfully designed, unique fragrances, and affordable prices. We strive to provide a line of uniquely scented balms and oils that you won't find in other products. Come on, rock with Doc, and remember, it's all about the beard, man. So what do you say? Let's take that average beard and make it badass. Go to docbeard.com. Yeah, take that average beard and make it badass. All right, guys. Well, that one was a rough one, but it's definitely something I think that we got to start talking more about, right? And start to get a handle on this homelessness. We shouldn't be having our brothers and sisters or anybody in general living out on the streets. All right. There are some people out there that do kind of put themselves in those situations. I get it. But there are people out there that are genuinely trying and having a hard time. Um, I can speak somewhat of a little bit of experience. My wife is currently out there looking for a job because things are just getting really expensive. I mean, it is getting really expensive. So she's having to go out and find an additional job. And uh, my gosh, it's hard to even find a job, right? Like, there's all these people who put out there, they're looking for people, and then they kind of ghost you, all that stuff. So it just seems like we're creating a big issue in general with everybody. There's a lot of people out there that who don't want to work as well, and then there's people out there that really do want to go out and work. And now the jobs are starting to be limited, so it's really starting to get rough. So, I just hope that we can get a handle on this homelessness issue, not just for the veteran population, just in general. Because when I'm driving around the streets, even in my local community, there's people panhandling, living tent cities. You know, it's a rough scene. It's really hard to see, and I've grew up around here, and that wasn't the vibe back in the day. Now it is. It's starting to be more of the thing, and it's kind of sad, and I'm starting to see more of it. You go, if I go down to LA, man, LA has the all over the place. You can just go off an off ramp, and on that off ramp, there's a whole bunch of tents all set up. People are just sitting there living basically on the freeways and stuff, right off the freeways. Like, I mean, it's wild. It is wild. And I know some of this too. We have a lot of issues going on in the country. We got the homelessness issue. We have the border issues. There's just a lot of things that need to get cleaned up because even the border issue is something that's taking away from our own people. We're having to focus on other things because things are out of whack. We definitely have to get a handle on the way the country is going. And we, the people, need to stop leaving it in other people's hands so much and start taking back control. We, the people, we have a lot more power than we ever will give ourselves credit for, but we have that power. Let's not keep handing the keys over to the other people and saying, hey, drive the car. We got to start getting out there. Start getting involved in some of your community meetings that are going on, those town hall meetings. Get involved. Go in there and be an advocate for the veteran population because likelihood is there's no one in there speaking up for the veterans. And if there is, sorry, I apologize, but I can see it in my own community. It's not there's still a lot of things that can be done. I myself am trying to get myself more integrated into the community, and my gosh, when you start doing that, you learn a lot, right? And you see a lot of things, and there's a lot of broken things going on, and you see a lot of clashing and them against them. It's too much. We gotta break some of these things, guys. The bottom line, most of us, are all veterans and we serve together. We need to be able to work together, and we can still have the same kind of nonprofits and all those things. And it doesn't have to be, well, them and them and them. Well, they did this, da 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 da. Hey, stop pointing the fingers. Let's work together. Let's become one team, one mission, and get back. And let's make our communities a better place. Let's make our states a better place. Let's make this country a better place. But all right, guys, I hope you guys in general are having a a great 2025. I know for me, like I said, it started off kind of rough, but we're getting a handle on things. I've been really staying on top of my health journey and staying on top of working out and eating better, and it is really paying off. I'm sure some of you guys can see a little bit better in my face that it's a little bit more slim. And it's hard work. It is definitely a lifestyle, but I will tell you, it is achievable and it is something that everybody can do. It's just one of those things you got to stay consistent, and it's hard. Like, we went and took the little dude to go celebrate his 8th birthday. We went to Universal Studios. Now, at Universal Studios, they got nothing but good, bad food. You know what I mean? The good, bad food. So it was hard. It's hard to resist the churros, all the ice creams, the waffle cones. It's hard to resist it, but I did. I felt like I did pretty good. I did have a pretzel, a non-salted pretzel with some mustard. So I feel like I'm doing better, right? Like, no churros. Even though I wanted, okay, so I did take a bite of my wife's pretzel. Now, my wife's pretzel had like the sugar and the cinnamon on it. Now, I did do that. It was just one bite though, not too bad. All right, guys, that'll go ahead and wrap it up with another great episode of Coffee Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and remember to please share this out, like all that stuff. It doesn't cost a thing, and also let's try to do our best to help out with the homeless population. I know sometimes when we're not in that situation, it's easy for us to forget about others that may be in a situation that we can't even fathom. So let's not forget about our brothers and sisters who are still struggling on the streets with addiction, with homelessness, mental health problems. Let's try to get them the help that they need. And you know what? Let's try to make our communities a better place for each and everyone. Have an amazing day out there. Don't let the day kick your ass, and make sure you guys are out there kicking it. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until next time, we'll see you guys.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.